Hey there, I'm Marvin, and welcome back to our playthrough of Mass Effect Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we kicked off by completing a few missions on the Citadel, turned in one with Nasania Dantius, another with Admiral Kahoku, as well as met someone in the Ward's Access who used to be friends with Shepard's mother. We also uncovered a rogue AI who tried to blow us up in the financial district, but we were able to defuse that situation.
Heads up!
Then we shifted gears and kicked off our second major mission. Looks like my companions here are... Let's get in the car. We kicked off our second major mission on Noveria, where we are trying to uncover what is... why Matriarch Benezia is here and what she is trying to do. And that started off with landing at Port Hanshan, and our goal at that point was to acquire a garage pass so that we could travel to Peak 15, which is where we learned Matriarch Benezia is currently residing. However, the overseer of Port Hanshan, Administrator Ananias, didn't like the fact that we were a Spectre, and in the interest of trying to protect business secrets for companies that are doing some shady work here in Noveria, he forbidded us from getting one. We found a workaround though through his administrative assistant Parasini, who told us that to get in touch with Lord Keen, and he's a gentleman working for one of the companies here. He offered to give us a garage pass if we took out some thugs who are currently raiding his office and secretly working for Ananias. And so that's what we ended up doing, and by taking them out, we were able to convince Keen to help Parasini testify before the Noveria board to uncover the fact that Ananias is secretly a corrupt official controlling the rents in the area and making some money on the side. So by doing so, we got Ananias out of the picture. Parasini, being grateful, gave us the pass we needed to head over to Peak 15, and we wrapped up the episode by stumbling upon a bunch of crates that actually contained geth, and we were attacked right in the garage before we could get into the Mako, but nothing we couldn't handle. Now you might notice that we're actually starting this episode not where we left off previously. In between, I went ahead and took Shepard's team into the Mako and drove all the way to Peak 15 because it's quite a long drive and honestly pretty boring. So this is eventually where you end up at, and now that we're at Peak 15, we can finally try to track down Benezia and see what's going on.
Redeploying.
So let's go ahead, and already we're going to be facing quite a bit of resistance in here.
Regroup.
Oh, I only got one. Sometimes the companions don't actually come through for whatever weird reason.
Lock shields.
Is someone shooting at me from here? Yeah. Excuse me. Rude.
User alert. All Peak 15 facilities have suffered a great deal of damage.
Tally got stuck behind this door. Hi, Tally.
Virtual intelligence user interface offline.
We'll need to get the reactors back online.
Alrighty, so something is going on here in this facility. We gotta figure out what. Just quickly get this. Oh, dang it. There we go. Okay. I don't know if I've ever switched sniper rifles. Let me take a look if I've... Oh, I have. Okay. Oh, looks like I do have a better one. Part of the reason why we are collecting all these items.
Why are the turrets facing the wrong way?
They want to keep their people in as much as they want to keep others out.
That's pretty brutal. We want to collect all these items so that we can sell them and get money to go buy that Spectre level weapons. So just bear with me. There we go. I'll just get some better weapons for these two. Okay, all set. Some enemies ahead. Now, I haven't talked too much about these items that you can add, use to enhance your weapons. Generally speaking, in terms of mods, I usually switch between some form of anti-personal round, which does additional damage to organics, or these tungsten rounds, which deals damage against synthetics. So when we're facing geth, we use the tungsten. When we're facing basically anyone else, we use the anti-personal.
What was that?
Animals? Wind? This place is in bad shape.
It's some kind of big bug. Alright, let's go back to those anti-personal. Oh, and little bugs. If you read the text, it says Rachni. So we're going to learn exactly what are the Rachni? What are they doing here?
We've never seen anything like them.
Xenobiology is not my field. Maybe someone in the labs knows.
Yep, something definitely seems sketchy.
Heads up!
Oh, excuse me. Alright, we'll just go grab this.
That's the last of them.
Patching you up.
A backup power system, Shepard.
Whoops. I shouldn't let those little guys get after me. Alright.
All targets down.
Alright, so they mentioned earlier that the power is down, so... not enough power for restart, so we gotta figure out how we turn the power back on. I think that's... where are we doing that here? Here we go.
Critical startup error. Virtual intelligence user interface offline. Manual boot.
No, dang it. Sorry. Let's try that one more time. I don't know why they just added this button just to get down here. Alright, so you can manually try to do this. It's a Hanoi Tower puzzle where you just need to move the blocks from one side to a different one. Alright, is it this one? Alright, good.
It looks like you're trying to restore this facility. Would you like help?
Yes, I would.
You're the virtual intelligence that runs this place?
This system is monitored to respond to the name Mira. May I ask your name?
Commander Shepard. I work for the Citadel's Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
One moment, please. Council authority confirmed. You are entitled to secure access of all systems. Please note that queries relating to corporate secrets require privileged access. Privileged access is only available to binary helix executives. This system is ready to process queries. You may access me at any holographic interface within Peak 15.
I need to find Matriarch Benezia.
Lady Benezia departed on the passenger tramway to the Rift Station subsidiary labs. User alert. The tramway system is currently inoperable.
I need a status report. What systems are down?
One moment, please. Diagnostics in progress. Critical failure. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. Critical failure. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger tram systems are offline. Report complete. Do you have an additional system status query?
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out. User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Basically, all that came down to
Now
is
exiting to the roof.
all that came down to is that we need to fix two
Landline
sections.
connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
In this one, we're going to face a bunch of Rachni.
Enemy contact.
All patched up.
Alright, and that's it. Just grab a quick crate.
User alert.
Oh, some better armor. Might as well get something here to... I don't know. Sure.
Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Oh, looks like my companions got stuck behind the door again. Alright, and then we gotta go take care of the other problem, which is the power. That's gonna be in that main hallway area. But first... Oh, hello. Alrighty. Okay, this is...
Area secured.
Which one's... This one's the power.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
And I believe these are geth, so we're gonna switch over here.
Now entering main reactor. User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Okay, we got it, Mira. This fight can be a little bit difficult. It's easy to get out of position and overwhelmed, so definitely take it slow.
Now it gets
It also
fun.
doesn't help that there isn't a lot of cover. Oh, like that. Alright, so let's try that again. I think it's because I'm just out in the open like that. Ah, shit.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. User alert. Now entering main reactor. User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Alright, this time maybe we'll try the left side. Come on. Come help me out. Whoa.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Oh my goodness, this thing's annoying. Alright, are we done with all those? Oh, there's still one more. Where are you? Probably on the upper deck. Oh, alright, I'll down. Oh, this is a side quest. I thought that was the terminal, my bad. Let's get this item. Is the terminal downstairs?
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, never mind. The terminal's way down over here on the other side. So let's just make our way over. So yeah, that last enemy we took out, that juggernaut, I think was the one that shot me from behind and took me out the first go around, so.
The HE3 fuel lines cut.
There we go. Excellent. Okay, so we can finally take the tram to head to the facility where Benezia is currently residing. Let's just grab this last thing. And this last thing. Oh, improved oh. Alrighty. Let's make sure these folks here have a better combat scanner so we can actually see what we're fighting. And there we go. Yeah, so we just came across the Rachni. There's not really any explanation yet for what these creatures are, but we're going to learn quite a bit about it as we progress through Noveria. Let me switch this back to... shredder rounds are also anti-organic. Okay. Yeah, so that's scripted. There's always little bugs that come out. Finally, let's go.
Now entering decontamination and transit hub. User alert. Loose contaminants in the decontamination chamber. Access to passenger tramways inadvisable.
So you see there's a bunch of Rachni stuck in there.
Control group, loosen them. They're in... Can't escape. The tunnels now. We're sorry. The leads couldn't get to the struck. Get out while you can.
So, I think that poor guy didn't make it. We can just do that.
He killed himself because he was part of whatever happened here?
He must have felt there was no hope of survival.
Oh.
Killing himself would be
Where'd you all come from? Is there something else coming up here? Let's just go, come on. Ooh. Oh, that was rude. Alrighty. Onwards. We're finally at the tram.
Departing Central Station. Destination, Rift Station. Now arriving at Rift Station, Binary Helix Research Facility.
Stick to those pistols, please. Alright, let's try to uncover what's going on here. We're gonna take a left and go here. Just follow the green arrows, or green dots.
Stand down. Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
I'd only be upset if they'd fired.
Even hopped up on stems, my people know the rule. 2 legs good, 4 legs bad. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
My name's Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Huh. I won't look a heavily armed horse in the mouth. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out, and he ain't all there anymore. The first we knew, the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
You were taken by surprise and had civilians to protect. You did a good job, Captain.
Yeah? Sure as hell doesn't feel like it. The board sent an asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
I'm not gonna let any
That
of
would be
you people
Benezia.
die.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the civilians. There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. Can take you down to the hot labs. Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell! Man the perimeter!
Thanks for the help. Every few hours, a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
Alright. Well, let's go see what's going on here with the civilians. So these Rachni critters overran the lab. We don't even know why there's Rachni here in the first place. Let's see what's going on. Oh, here's a vendor.
Uncertain. I welcome you.
I heard there was some
furtively, for now, with
Let's have a look.
regretfully.
Just show me what you got. So there are some amps that we can try to buy to improve the biotic abilities of our companions, but we don't really need it right now. And definitely better armor as well. But we're going to try to save up. So let's see. Here we go. License. You know though, but these are not bad, so... Okay, fine, let's just get it. This would be for... No, this one's actually not that much better. Oh, 76, that's too much. Okay. So let's go for Tally. All her work, her powers are tech-based, so that should be very helpful. Okay, so we need to make our way to the restricted area. That's where we can get a backdoor entrance into where Benezia is currently residing. But obviously we're not going to just walk right through there, so to get into the restricted area, we're going to get some help from this doctor over here.
What do you want?
I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you did nothing wrong. I'm just distracted.
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets.
I don't think so.
You know Mira, the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature, but there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
Do you imagine that distinction makes this ethical?
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
Yikes.
There's a reason the Citadel conventions forbid bioweapons, Doctor.
I didn't expect you'd understand. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
Alrighty, so we need to go try to get this gentleman's notes. But before that, we have to get permission from the captain that we spoke with at the very beginning. So let's just march our way back.
Something you need?
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but we can't risk contamination now.
We're not part of your defense plans. We're consuming extra rations, extra metagel.
Yeah, but you also have extra guns. All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you. He'll run a full scan before he'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Those are reasonable precautions.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
Alright, so that's all set. So now there are a few other folks here in this lab that you can talk to. Besides the vendor, there's this random scientist over here.
What?
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me and not your friend?
Because I do not know anything about the Matriarch.
Then why would I?
She doesn't seem very
You're a member of the science teams.
friendly, no?
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
Sorry, I'll leave.
Then I will return to my meditations.
Alrighty, so no, that didn't get us anywhere. Okay, so let's go over here. we're going to be seeing that scientist again very soon. Alright, here is Han Olar. He's the one person who made it out of the attack when the Rachni overran the hot labs.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
Where did they come from?
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane.
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Alright, so there was a shocked response there from the R about Rachni. I guess they may not actually be going over the details, but essentially the Rachni were an alien race that, for whatever reason, went on this aggressive campaign against the galaxy and were extremely powerful. The council races were getting overwhelmed, and in desperation, that is when the Solarians chose to uplift the Krogan, who were used to, essentially as frontline troops to win the Rachni War. Of course, as we learned earlier, after that war, the Krogan got in their head to expand more aggressively within the galaxy, and the council races didn't like that, which eventually led to the Krogan Wars and the deployment of the genophage, which essentially sterilized that race. So these Rachni haven't been seen for quite a long time, and it's strange that all of a sudden they are here in this Noveria facility. So let's we'll just grab this quickly. Okay. You'll notice actually that our items are getting higher and higher level, which is great because when we sell them later, they're going to be worth more as well. And we might be getting close to being able to buy that Spectre level gear. Okay, let's get inside.
You're not part of the crew.
Call me Shepard. I'm a Spectre sent by the Citadel.
There aren't any. Look, Plague doesn't care who you are. This lab is under quarantine.
That's weird.
What do you want?
Oh, here you go. Sorry, I picked the wrong
I have
one.
Ventralis' permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out. You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
There we go. Okay. So we can... There's a little device over there we can use to make the cure, but we'll just grab a few things first. So there's some research notes here. Okay, so this tells you how to, it's a little mini game that we have to do. Okay. All right, let's do it. Make the cure. You just need to click this button when the bar is in between the two arrows, and do it 4 times. There you go.
Your mission ends here, Shepard.
Oh, look.
I thought she seemed odd.
You're a sleeper agent for Benezia.
I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
Oh no! They just barely got me. Alright, let's try that again.
Your mission ends here, Shepard.
I thought she
Yeah.
I was weapons free!
Alright, there we go. Much cleaner that time. Yeesh.
She
Is no one here concerned about the
They
gunfire?
came out of there.
You mean the inorganics the Asari had with her?
Benezia brought them with her.
How can I get into the maintenance area?
A team lead would have access. Like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
I'll be leaving now.
Alright.
Yeah.
So now we have the cure for Dr. Cohen. He kind of owes us one, so we're going to get his key to the maintenance area. Alright, Cohen.
Is that the cure? You did it?
That Asari scientist, the one in the mess hall? She just tried to kill us.
Alestia? That's unbelievable. Well, I don't know much about her. She arrived a month ago. One of the shareholders pulled strings to get her here.
Let me guess. Saren, the Spectre?
Yes. I think that was the name. I don't pay attention to the other research teams. Look, the guards, they've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
What about the maintenance area? Do you have access to that?
The maintenance area? Yes. Take my pass. But there's just snow back there. Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough that... Oh, God, what a cliché. You saved their lives, do you know that?
Could you spare a few medical packs? They're worth their weight in gold up here.
You didn't get these from me. Ventralis wanted them saved for his people. I need to administer this. Thanks again.
I don't actually know if that actually gives you anything. Those Medijo packs, but whatever, it's fine. Alrighty, we leveled up a bit, so let's see what we can focus on next. We should probably get this ability, which increases our... It makes it so that we don't take our health doesn't take as much damage, so make us a little bit more durable. Perfect. Okay. Actually, oops, sorry. Let's take a look at 5 points for Liara. We can just here get more. Upgrade her abilities. What about you? Okay. Alright, so it's back. A lot back and forth. We're gonna head back to where Han Olar is and then go through the maintenance area. So rather than fighting through that restricted area that we briefly saw earlier, the maintenance area basically takes us directly to where Benezia is going to be. So here we are. What do I have my weapon set to? Shredder. Okay, good. Okay, here is the fight. Okay, if you open this door, you can kind of see. There she is in the background. Let me just check. I guess y'all should have good weapons, yeah? Tally. Alright, okay, let's do this. Okay.
You do not know the privilege of being a mother. There is power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. I won't be moved by sympathy, no matter who you bring into this confrontation.
Liara's here because she wants to be, not because I asked her to.
Indeed. What have you told her about me, Liara?
What could I say, Mother? That you're insane? Evil? Should I explain how to kill you? What could I say?
Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
I can't believe you'd kill your own daughter.
I now realize I should have been stricter with her.
Asari commandos are kind of annoying. They can use, or generally biotics, they can use the ability that will disable you, throw you to the ground for a short period of time. You definitely want to take them out quickly. Alright, we got Geth on the corner over here. Gosh, these things are in the way. Alright, she's weakening, so we just gotta keep up the pressure. Oh my gosh. Here, and two more at the far end. Alright, come on. Oh, goodness. Alright, I'll sit.
This is not over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
The Rachni didn't cooperate with you. Why should I?
I will not betray him. You will... You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
Oh, something's going on here.
Why are you able to break free of his control now?
I sealed a part of my mind away from the indoctrination, saving it for a moment when I could help destroy him. It will not last long.
So you could turn on me again?
Yes, but it would not be my will, Shepard. People are not themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything for him. The key is Sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
Sovereign's not like other ships. Where did it come from?
I cannot say. The geth did not build it. Its technology is far more advanced than that of any known species. The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct. You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you. It is subtle at first. I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me here to find the location of the Mu relay. Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
How does something that big go missing?
4,000 years ago, a star nearby went supernova. The shockwave propelled the relay out of its system, but did not damage it. Its precise vector and speed are impossible to determine. As millennia passed, the nebula created by the nova enveloped the relay. It is difficult to find any cold object in interstellar space, particularly something swathed in hot dust and radiation.
Someone on Noveria found it?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Queens inherit the knowledge of their mothers. I took the location of the relay from the Queen's mind. I was not gentle.
Why does Saren need the Mu relay?
He believes it will lead him to the conduit. I would tell you more if I could, but Saren did not share his counsel with me. I was merely a servant to his cause.
Again, we still don't know what the conduit is.
How did the Rachni find it?
They searched, patiently. They are territorial creatures, driven to close any possible way into their systems.
You can still make it right. Give me the information.
I was not myself, but I should have been stronger. I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
Knowing the relay's coordinates is not enough. Do you know where he planned to go from there?
Saren wouldn't tell me his destination. But you must find out quickly. I transmitted the coordinates to him before you arrived. You have to stop me. I can't. His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should. Oh, you should.
Mother, don't leave. Fight him.
You've always made me proud, Liara.
Oh no.
Die. I cannot go on. You will have to stop him, Shepard.
Hold on. We've got metagel. Maybe we can...
No. He is still in my mind. I am not entirely myself. I never will be again.
Mother.
Good night, little wing. I will see you again with the dawn. No light. They always said there would be a...
That's a shame. Alright, let's see what's going on with the Rachni Queen here. It may not be obvious, but the Rachni Queen is a lot bigger than the workers that we've been fighting so far. What is going on here? That's creepy.
This one serves as our voice. We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
What?
Musics? What?
Your way of communicating is strange. Flat. It does not color the air. When we speak, one moves all. We are the mother. We sing for those left behind. The children you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings, and the other understands. She is weak to urging. She has colors we have no names for. But she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing. They are lost to silence. And their suffering, they cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
I don't understand. Why are your children killing people?
These needlemen, they stole our eggs from us. They sought to turn our children into beasts of war, claws with no songs of their own. Our elders are comfortable with silence. Children know only fear if no one sings to them. Fear has shattered their minds.
I understand. A child left alone in a closet until she is 16 would not be sane.
So Binary Helix somehow came across this queen and I guess birthed it? No. Captured it. And now all the workers that have been created have gone insane without the guidance of its mother. And, well, the Binary Helix intend to use them as an army, but now the workers are completely out of control.
If you're sure they can't be saved.
It is lamentable, but necessary. Do what you must. Before you deal with our children, we stand before you. What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more?
Look, those tanks? Acid. Strong enough to kill anything, no matter its biology. They wouldn't have installed that if they weren't afraid of the consequences of her getting loose.
They made a mistake. They let the Krogan go too far. This is a chance for us to atone. She has done nothing to us.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
And so this is one of the hallmarks of the Mass Effect trilogy, and a lot of the other BioWare games are these major decisions that impact not only what happens for the remainder of this game, but for the other games in the trilogy as well.
If I let you live, would you attack other races again?
No. I do not know what happened in the war. We only heard discordance, songs the color of oily shadows. We would seek a hidden place to teach our children harmony. If they understand, perhaps we would return.
So the Queen seems to suggest that the Rachni aggression that led to the Rachni War was not intended.
Are you a survivor from the war? A clone?
We do not know. We were only an egg, hearing Mother cry in our dreams. A tone from space hushed one voice after another. It forced the singers to resonate with its own sour yellow note. Then we awoke in this place, the last echo of those who came out from the singing planet. The sky is silent.
I won't destroy your entire race. You'll go free.
You will give us the chance to compose anew? We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
And there we go, we let her free. Not exactly sure how she gets out of here though, but that's fine. That's her problem to deal with. Alright, let's keep moving on. Because our job is not quite done yet. Alright. She mentioned that, although regrettable, we need to wipe out the remainder of her children, so let's go figure out how we do that.
Are you here to secure the situation?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni's ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries, this is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Rachni, mass produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Yep, nope.
Obviously, they were wrong.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
Then all we need to do is bring her here.
No, I am sorry, but this will not work. These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the Neutron Purge must be set off.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Mira destruct.
Oh. Well, there goes that guy. But we got the codes, so we're gonna go and activate the Neutron Purge.
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at
Activate the Neutron Purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Code input 875020079. Code Omega local execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
I think that's all of them. This battle gets a little confusing because you see all these red dots, but they're not actually enemies you have to fight. Alright, and that activates the purge. Whew, we're finally done. Time to head back to the Normandy. Thankfully, taking this tram will take us straight there. We don't have to actually run our way back all the way to the Normandy.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay?
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
Look, this is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew dismissed.
Noveria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch it through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Right, time for
Setting
some more
up the link now,
criticism.
Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Noveria?
And then released the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done?
How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
This queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
No. Not too bad, I guess. Okay, let's go check on Liara. She's probably feeling pretty distraught from being forced to kill her mother.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
Wow, that's cold.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the
I guess everything's fine.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
We don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
And actually, yeah, we'll come across a lot of folks who fit that profile.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did during the Blitz. It was a remarkable display of courage and heroism.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
So if it's not apparent, Liara is the third companion that you can romance, and you can romance her as either male or female, Shepard.
Are you sure you're interested in me, or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
And Liara is who we will romance in this trilogy. You don't really see a lot of her character in the first Mass Effect, but BioWare does a great job of expanding upon it in the second and third trilogy, which makes her, I think, one of my favorite characters in this whole series.
You want a relationship with me, even though we're both women?
We Asari are monogender.
Doesn't matter.
Male and female do not have any real meaning for us. We do, however, have maternal instincts, so perhaps we would fill what you consider a female role. I'm sorry if this is awkward for you, Shepard. I am only trying to be honest. I feel as if we share some type of connection. But none of this matters if you are already involved in a serious relationship with Lieutenant Alenko.
The Lieutenant and I are just friends. Nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or Was I wrong about that too?
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, the first Mass Effect is a bit of an older RPG. I think other works by BioWare do a better job of building out their relationship before it becomes romantic. In this one, it does feel a little bit awkward that they suddenly have this interest.
These things never make sense. They just happen and we get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
I'll keep you safe.
I am not looking for a protector. This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. I need some time.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
I should go.
And we are going to end the episode right here. So in this episode, we concluded the story arc on Noveria. We finally tracked down Benezia on Peak 15 after learning that Binary Helix, the company, found a derelict Rachni ship on board, which was an egg that they used to hatch a queen. And with using the queen, they attempted to sire a army of Rachni warriors. But unfortunately, these workers, without the influence of the queen, went crazy and they went out of control, overrunning the Peak 15 facility. Benezia, turns out, came to Peak 15 at the behest of Saren to force herself into the memories of the Rachni Queen to discover the location of the Mu relay, a relay that was whose location was lost due to a supernova that moved it and enveloped it in some kind of nebula. The Rachni eventually discovered it, and Benezia was able to extract that information from the Queen's mind, though at this point it's not entirely clear why Saren even needs that particular piece of information. We did end up having to battle and kill Benezia, which was very sad, and we learned this interesting fact that somehow Benezia came to do Saren's bidding not out of her own free will, that somehow she became indoctrinated, and that is something that we are going to explore in much greater detail as we continue through this game and the rest of the series. So quite an action-packed episode today, and we're going to continue on by exploring some of the side quests that we've uncovered as a result of this work. In any case, I do hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to Buddy Up Gaming for more episodes on Mass Effect Legendary Edition, as well as other family-friendly gaming content. My name is Marvin. Thanks so much for watching. Take care out there.